Hey there, Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope things were great for you, but it's Monday. So as usual, on Monday, what we want to do is be accountable for the week. You're starting to plan your week right now. So what is it you have to accomplish this week so that on Friday you can say it's a successful week and you're closer to your bigger goals? So leave me some comments and make yourself accountable for that. One other thing, we're getting close to the last quarter of 2020. I am very confident on the ability of people, what we're going to be able to accomplish in 2020 still, and there's still so many good things that can happen. And so I was actually talking with someone this weekend, and we are putting together some special packages. If you're looking to still make 2020 great and want to accomplish some big goals, by the time you hear this, I probably don't have anything posted about it, but we're going to put some incredible things together. Just send me a DM or a message at jeff@jeffhaggie.com. Tell me you're interested, and I will send you the information once we make it public. But what I want to start, I'm going to spend a few days this week talking about persuasion and negotiation. So to start off with, persuasion and negotiation, there's some tactics and skills involved that are very effective and can be used for good or bad. So just disclosure wise, be ethical, make good choices with it. Don't use tactics and persuasion to do things wrong. Just be ethical with it and life's so much better. What I want to talk about today is the law of reciprocity. And reciprocation is a powerful tool in persuasion and negotiation. And basically what it says is that we should try to repay in kind what someone else has provided to us. And I've used the term a lot, the quote from Zig Ziglar, that you can get anything you want in life if you provide enough people or help enough people get what they want out of life. And a lot of that comes down to reciprocation. The law of reciprocity creates an obligation that we want to return a favor. We want to return a compliment. We want to return whatever because we don't like carrying that obligation. And I'll just share a study that was done in Cornell University by a professor at one point. And he brought his subjects in, and they thought they were doing a study on, I think it was artwork. But one of the people that was acting as one of the case study people was actually his assistant. And during a break, that person would go out, and when they came back in, half the time they would have a Coke for themselves. The other half the time they had two Cokes, and they would give the other person one and say, hey, I got permission that I was allowed to buy you a Coke and bring it in and give it to you. And at the end of the study, or what the people thought was the end of the study, and it was all over, the person that brought the Coke in just made a comment, hey, I'm selling raffle tickets for a draw, and if I sell the most tickets, I win $50. Would you like to buy some? The people who had received a Coke from that person were more than 50% more likely to buy raffle tickets from them, or bought 50% more. And a lot of it comes down to they felt obligated. That person had bought them a Coke, and weren't asked for it, but they felt obligated to repay that debt. And so that's just an example. And you even look at small, it doesn't have to be a big thing. You can do small things that make a person feel obligated that could turn into big rewards in the end. Even look at yourself when you go to a restaurant. When the waiter brings the bill by, usually has candy with it, right? And I've seen studies that through the law of reciprocation, that means usually that the tips will be bigger. So just to understand that, how that works, and look at it too is it's common knowledge that a person that violates this law, someone that you do something for and they don't even try to return anything in favor, is often looked at in a negative light. And so as we also look at it, if we look at it in negotiations, one of the ways that it can be negotiated well is a good negotiator can start at a high enough point that they're going to get to where they desired a lot easier. If they start too high, it's irrelevant because it's an illegitimate start. But what a good negotiator will often do is start high enough that when they give a concession, the other side, through this law, feels like they need to give a concession as well. So in the end, after both sides give and take back and forth, the good negotiator ends up where he wanted to be anyways. And if you don't believe this, look at your kids. How often have they come in, asked for $10, and were settled and happy when you gave them $5? Most of the time they came in wanting $5, but they knew if they started at $10, they'd be able to leave with $5. So hopefully this is something helpful. Again, make sure you're using any of these negotiation or persuasion tools ethically. But thanks for being with me today. We'll go through some more of these and some other tools throughout the week and talk about things, but I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear situations you've been in, that you've seen this law at work, that you've used it, that you've had it used against you or with you, whatever it might be. I remember when I was living in Alberta, I was in the middle of purchasing a duplex, and it wasn't this law, but because I had been studying persuasion and negotiation, I was sitting at a table negotiating over a property, and I said to the person, "You're using this tactic," and I called him out on it, and it actually made it easier to negotiate the final deal. But as you understand these rules and laws, you'll see how they work, and you'll be able to recognize how they're used against you, how you can use them, and different things like that. So it's good stuff to study, and it's good knowledge to have. But thank you again. Thanks for being with me. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. See ya.